Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday night here at Proficiency Bonus. My name is Matthew. I suppose today I will be your somewhat miraculous dungeon master, given where we're starting off this session. Before we get too far into things that have been going on, though, a couple of quick shouts we want to give. I want to say thanks to Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. If you put an exclamation point CCG into chat, it'll give you a link to Cardboard Castle Games. And if you happen to be local to me, or maybe a little further south in the Evans, Georgia area, swing by their brick and mortar location. Let them know we sent you. They've been supporting us for a couple of years now. We love them. Just let them know we sent you down their way. And then we also have our friends. If you're way up in the north, we have Little Dragon Corp. If you put an exclamation point Little Dragon into the chat, it'll give you the information for them, a link to their website. And if you're ordering stuff on their website, you can use the discount code BONUS and you'll knock 15% off your purchase. They ship anywhere in the globe, so definitely check them out. Again, same deal. Let them know that we sent you. And for some unbegodnonst reason, my thing is showing me that I do not have desktop audio coming through.
Oh no.
Let me make sure that I have my music actually playing. And my music is playing. And now all of a sudden it's showing the audio working. So, do me a favor if one of my lovely players can go ahead and say something for me.
Moo 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 moo.
Hello, check.
Okay,
hello,
it is
hello.
picking up, so
Okay.
it was just being a little wonky for a second.
Wow.
Oh my god, there's too many of them! We're not gonna make it! Ah!
Women and
So-
children last.
That's what you wanted, right?
So with that being said, we're going to jump into last time. As our party was making their way south, basically heading back home from Daggerford, and ran into a checkpoint. This checkpoint was set up, as the party came to realize, by a small group of, well, let's call them what they are, basically bounty hunters / mercenaries, who were looking for a couple of rather diminutive individuals. One of the individuals was a young male. The other happened to be a older halfling. And some battle ensued as the party realized that yes, they were in fact looking to collect a bounty on Sarah. Sarah, not telling the party, decided that she would turn herself in. And basically the plan just went a little sideways from there. It ended, unfortunately, with the death of the party's beloved furball cleric Lydia. Upon her death, two brightly garbed individuals showed up, and the party immediately made the assumption, correctly mind you, that these were in fact from the circus, come to fulfill the contract that Lydia signed and claim ownership of her body. The party, none too pleased with this, had a conversation with the individuals, and the agreement was reached that the two individuals, after doing some arcane communicating with their higher up, agreed to give the party one sole attempt to revive said cleric. And Furia, which is going to be with us in just a few moments, proceeded to start setting up her ritual. The two individuals began casting a spell, which none of the party recognized. But as they cast the spell, all they notice is Lydia's remains just stayed there. Didn't seem to do anything. And the party basically went about taking care of their things as Furia started going through her ritual, gathering up, casting her incantations, and watching as the mound of dirt, as she's focusing these natural magical energies, creating a Lydia-sized pile of dirt, water, and you can see bits of vegetation and vines running through it as she's working her magics. I ask again to the party, while Furia is doing this, you see the other two individuals who are just standing there, one at the head of Lydia's body, one at the feet, arms crossed in front of them, just standing, observing, nothing more. Is there anything any of you would be doing as you're witnessing this?
Probably same thing I said last week. Sarah is just kind of cradling Lydia's head, saying some stuff to her. Probably since apparently there's a guy right by the head, kind of
Yeah,
like
he's basically, as you're sitting there cradling her head and talking to her, he is standing immediately behind you, like uncomfortably close behind you.
yeah, I'm scooting a little, so like and like hunching kind of.
Doesn't really seem to be paying much mind to you, but just standing right there, but seems to be focused more on Furia and what she's doing. Hey, Rose, Murdoch, Art?
I probably had to go for a walk. To be honest, this is too much.
Oh, okay.
Always on the side of the road. So I go for a little walk and then I come back later.
Okay.
I guess Rose would just be standing there, but not really, doing anything in particular, not really knowing, like, anything that she could do at the moment.
Okay. Artemis, anything you would be doing?
I think Art would watch Murdoch step away and then kind of go over to the figure who's like at I guess like Lydia's feet, quote unquote.
Okay.
And in Infernal would ask, how do I make sure that this does not happen again?
Okay. You get a somewhat surprised look down. And then it actually sort of crouches down a little, hands crossed, leaning on the knees to get literally eye to you. Are you sure you don't want it to? I mean, after all, once you're dead, what are you using it for? I mean, granted, your friend didn't really ask for anything as a part of the agreement.
Yeah.
There are always deals to be made.
That's more along the lines of what I was thinking in future instances. I guess I'll keep your face in mind.
Oh, not mine. I am merely a delivery boy. Shall we call it a repo man, so to speak, once it becomes time to collect or repossess, if one chooses to phrase it, the property which was promised to us. They send us out. We have some arcane tricks to delay the decomposition.
Right. Well, thank you for humoring me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And stands back up and looks, and as most of you are sitting around and watching as it seems Furia's ritual is starting to come to a close. And you can see small streams of water coming up out of the ground and starting to snake and move over the surface of this large mound of dirt. You watch as it starts to sink in and dive and carve into this, creating almost like a mud or clay-like consistency. You watch as it starts to solidify and you see the form basically a cleft appear at one end of it, separating to what you start to recognize as two legs. Brings its way up to a body and two arms out beside it. Rose and Artemis, go ahead and make perception checks. Oh, and perfect. Our cameras are going to be a little wonky for a second because our Furia has just arrived at the perfect time.
Oh dear.
19.
Okay.
And a 17 for me.
Okay. So both of you would notice this. Sarah, I don't think you would, as you're sort of having you're speaking to Lydia's remains at the moment. And Furia is just completely involved in the ritual itself. So probably isn't noticing the small minutia of what's happening with it as it's going through. Okay, give me a second, folks. Let me just go ahead and remove our dummy camera. Okay, hey, we're all back where we belong now. So as Rose and Artemis, you notice that this form that, as Furia's ritual is going through, is much smaller than Lydia. By a good couple of feet.
Oh.
We're going to pan out for a moment to Lydia, who has been released out by Njord, slowly floating your way back out into the water as the waves starting to build up around you. The storm, the rain crashing, as all of a sudden you feel a pull and you disappear under the water. And have that momentary thing of, okay, I'm fine, I'm underwater, and then panic as you don't resurface. And that urge to try to take in, to breathe, but knowing that you can't. You find yourself falling. And as you fall deeper within the water, all of a sudden it gets brighter and you start seeing clouds and fields and a road. And as you find yourself continuing to fall, that that inability to draw breath, as you are drawn down and you can see the carriage, your friends, your body, and then everything vanishes. And your eyes open, you're laying on your back. Your head spinning and lightheaded, drawing that first breath in, just feeling like you've been laying there for an insurmountable amount of time. What's the first thing you do as you are on your back staring up at the sky?
Oh, Njord, help me. Wait. And is Fury like above me?
Furia is probably about a foot or two away from you, sitting roughly at your side.
Alright, I'll like put my hand up to my forehead.
As you reach up and as you reach past your face, the first thing you notice, like as you reach up to reach for your forehead and go past your eyes, the first thing you notice is your hand is covered in short gray fur.
What?
As you're touching, you don't feel like you.
What?
Lydia, how do you feel?
Like, not myself?
You're not how do I put it? You're not in the same body you used to be. You're still you. All your memories should be there. But you're not as tall as you once were.
What?
As you are saying this, Furia, and Sigma, hearing Lydia's timbre and her mode of speaking carrying through, but the voice is just a smidge higher. Would you turn, or would you stay cradling?
Probably perk up and look around.
So as the group of you who are there start looking, and let me make sure I have this correct here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to break it to her slowly, not like. Also because I don't know what she is yet, but like one thing at a time here.
So as you're looking at Lydia, you can see a very petite, fairly obviously feminine form. Again, soft gray fur covering the entirety, the majority of the body. Couple of splotches of white here and there. A very bright pink nose. And two extremely long ears. Just flopped, laying loose on the ground.
Can you feel your toes, Lydia?
They're not my toes.
They're yours now.
Furia, you've always been a good friend of mine, and I trust you, and you've been there for a lot. What do I look like to you? Just
Well, you want it all at once? You're a rabbit.
Ah! 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 I
Art.
jolt up and I start like moving my feet around and just
And,
trying to get used to the body a little.
and as you sit up, you have that same sensation as you sit up. It's like blood rushing to your
Okay.
body for the first time. It's like your arms, your legs, everything feels like it's asleep. As you're sitting and moving, you've just got pins and needles. It's disappearing quickly, but it's an extremely odd sensation for you as you've had body parts fall asleep. It has never been your entire body feeling like that at once.
Do you have a mirror?
You had one in your bag, the silver one, little one.
Is my bag over there?
I don't know.
As you turn and look, your body and all your belongings are still just laying on the ground.
That's so
I
weird.
don't believe any of you pulled the sword out of her shoulder, so there is still a sword. Oh, you did? Okay.
No, we did. Yeah.
I was a little busy, that's my excuse. It was up to
It
you
got-
guys.
It got blasted back from gentle repose or whatever it was.
Oh no, from whatever that's.
Murdoch spell.
Yeah, Murdoch.
My
Yeah.
wall of force.
That was it.
Just
That's right. Because it bumped him out, and he still had his sword.
No sword, just a gash.
Yeah,
you basically
just-
have like
As you're looking, there's just Lydia. It's not pretty.
you
There's
know
just a
those
large
dotted.
gash part of your shoulder, your arm hanging loose. It's just you look rough.
It's like a tenderloin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to the circus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shite!
As you're
Um,
looking around, you can see there are two individuals wearing the same sort of red outfit you saw from the ringmaster at the circus, just standing there looking. Don't seem completely non-pulse. Just
Furia, how much do we have in the hold?
Money-wise?
Yes.
Quite a bit.
Still.
Well, between the hole and the bag, yeah, quite a bit. Why?
I want to pay them to put me back.
I'm not following. What do you mean?
I want
Just
to be
a-
put back in my body, because this is a rabbit.
Yes. No. I don't think that's going to work.
But you don't understand. I'm not a rabbit. I don't know what I am.
You
I
are
was going
Lydia.
to find out what I was and where I came from in my body that looks like me.
Lydia, I'm sorry, but we as a group decided that we wanted you here. And this was the only way we had to do it and not lose you to the circus.
Rose, put up your sword. I'll just run into the end of it.
I just kind of like look at everybody. What?
Rose, don't listen to her.
Just put up your sword. Just
Whoa! It's just. I mean, give it a minute at least.
I'm sure that being in that body has advantages. I bet you could run faster,
And
nope,
jump.
don't feel like I
high?
can run
Jump
jump
faster.
faster.
Maybe jump higher, but
You
not
might
run
have the
faster.
best hearing of the group now.
Probably not.
Oh, Lydia. I go over and I hug my small.
Lydia,
Who the hell is
you
Lydia
hadn't
compared
really
to everybody now?
noticed it. As you're jumping around, you really hadn't noticed it. It's starting to hit you though, as you've been looking up at Furia. Sarah is now, chest high to you.
Not tall either.
Oh,
I'm
you're
not-
taller. You're taller than me, dear. You're taller. You're taller.
Now we just have to. Now just Fury and I have to
Us tall
duke
people
it
have to
out.
stick together.
Right. We'll get another leash.
As you're going through this, the individual who had been standing immediately behind Sarah turns to the group and says, I do apologize for interrupting your reunion, but there is the issue of the deceased's belongings. Are you taking
take
those,
those.
or are you donating those to us?
Yeah, yes.
No,
those
they're
are
not for
hers.
you.
Yeah,
Those
make
are
sure you
hers.
get her necklace as well. That's
I
very
am.
important.
We are taking those.
I'm
Why would we
on
donate
it.
them?
I don't know.
Art is semi-ceremoniously rummaging through Lydia's stuff, grabbing stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm helping Art, making sure like, okay, got the necklace. I'm also going to take a. Does Lydia have a braid or hair down?
2 braids.
2 braids.
Yeah.
Sarah's gonna go and cut one of Lydia's braids off.
Does Lydia have hair now? I mean fur. But do you
don't
have
think I do.
hair?
She is a hair.
Ah!
No, I
Automatic
don't have hair.
disadvantage on your first roll.
Do you need clothes?
I do need clothes.
She is a
Um,
buck-ass naked rabbit right now. Yes.
I'm in the nude.
And I guess those
This,
would be
this is
too
literally
big.
a brand new body that was just created.
And my body's over there.
What?
Oi!
Well-
I'm gonna point to the man near my body and say, give me that! And I'll pay you a lot of money.
As they look at each other, look back over at the group. I am sorry, my dear, that was not in the contract you agreed to. And if we do not return with your body, it will be us who have to answer for it.
I'm getting it back. You hear me?
Yes, we hear you quite well. You enjoy that.
I hate this so much. Murdoch! Murdoch! What can you do?
As you look
This
around,
is-
Murdoch appears to have...
Oh, well, yeah, I'm gone.
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot. I had to
Murdoch
go
went
for a walk.
Crap, sorry, Sawyer.
I mean, I'd
Art.
probably be on my way back, but
Art,
yeah.
you read books. Do something.
But as you're walking back, Murdoch, you see a very underclothed, somewhat excitable rabbit. Rabbit folk, I should say, sorry.
Oh,
This
I
seems
probably
to be having
hear
a
her
rather
before I
heated
see her,
discussion
to be entirely honest.
with the two individuals.
You hear a higher pitched Lydia.
Yeah, I can't do that. Let me see. Oi! Murdoch! You got to come help me!
Oh, it seems that the spell has worked. I'm very happy that you're back with us, Lydia.
Why are you happy that I'm back? I'm in a completely different body. Who saw too this? I'm a rabbit.
Yes, you are, and you're
But you're still you.
rather modest.
I mean, it was
But
this, or you would just have been gone.
Yeah!
you're alive, and you're out of the contract.
We had a split second. We made a
I-
decision. Maybe
I
it
could
was
have gone to
wrong.
Valhalla and gone to a big feast, and I came back to this.
Well, as
Yes.
as
You
as
didn't
far-
have to come back, Lydia, and you did, and we're all very happy that you did. But this is the best we could do.
Can we still promise to get my body back somehow? Somehow.
We could put it on the list of things to do.
There's no things to do, but the list is so long.
It is.
I mean, if we acted fast enough, we could murder you and then tap your real body with the rod of resurrection. But
Then you might still be in the circus later.
yeah,
Those two might be gone before we could pull that off.
Also, Sans an arm.
Hmm.
I can go armless. That'd be fine with me.
I'd rather
But-
have you
you look
fully
so
operational.
You look so.
Don't even. Don't. No, don't. No. No, don't use that word.
Powerful.
No, you're just lying to me. I can't take it.
I'm sure you're probably very fast.
No, not more than normally.
You won't hit your head on a door frame.
You could fit in baths.
And beds.
So,
Lydia,
yes.
I'm gonna come over with Lydia's braid, and because her wrist is so small now, I'm gonna like kind of put it around her wrist as a bracelet and tie it and hold her hand.
Okay.
We will get it back, dear. But for now, it's very good to see you.
I'm sorry. Yes. Thank you all. I appreciate you participating in my reincarnation. This is gonna take a little while though.
I know.
About this time, Artemis and again, Sarah had finished up a little before us, but eventually they have taken all of Lydia's possessions from the remains and have basically just left, I'll phrase it, your undergarments that were on you, on your body. And the two individuals look at the group of you and say, "Glad to see this has come to an amicable ending. It's been a pleasure doing business with you all. Would anyone else be interested in the same arrangement? We are always
I'm out
looking
of
for new
fifth level
help."
spells. Get away!
No, thank you. I think we're good.
The two of them bend over and Each one picks up the ankles, one picks up the shoulders.
We'll just kind of tug on the one person.
Oh, what? Go ahead.
Art'll just tug on the pant leg of the one person that was at at Lydia's feet and be like, in Infernal, again, I'll talk with you guys later.
Okay.
And
And are
then
you
they'll walk
trying
off.
to prevent the one other person who speaks Infernal in the party from hearing you?
No.
Okay. Murdoch, what's your passive perception?
Oh, it's like not the best.
Let's do that. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, an active perception
Yeah,
check?
go ahead and make an
Okay.
active perception check.
Natural 1.
Okay. Looks like everyone's just a little out of it today. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm distracted. It's fine.
And as you watch it, Artemis, as you say that, you get a very, very shallow, just the slightest of nods, and then the two of them vanish from sight with Lydia's remains.
Just
Leaving the group of you amidst the carnage, corpses, and 2 fires that you started on the barricades.
Whoopsie.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Art's gonna start, like, pulling the corpses away from the carriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm
Off
gonna
the
start sort of piling them, but also going through all their pockets. See if they've got anything on them. And if I find the notice that had Sarah's face on it, I'm gonna do a produce flame and burn it. Unless somebody else says I shouldn't.
Hey,
Well-
hang on, Feria. I'm going.
Yeah,
I
they
haven't
were,
found it yet. That's just what I'm gonna do when I find it.
Yeah, Sarah's just quickly like helping Feria, like not Feria, Lydia get like okay, if we tie your shirt very tightly, that sort of makes a dress. And then it's like, okay, put your necklace on, okay. Your shoes don't work anymore.
Would rabbit folk need shoes?
I want shoes.
You want, okay. Just see if these fit, honey.
They don't fit.
Okay, I'm throwing them into the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember there was one specific thing I wanted to get from these bodies. The first one that I killed used strange weapons.
Yes, he did.
Referring to the gunslinger.
Yep.
I don't know if I know what a gun is I don't know if they're used in Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate. I think the only ones that typically use them are like Drow sometimes, but do I know what this weapon is?
Go ahead and make a either intelligence or history, whichever is better for you. Or they may be the same.
History.
Okay.
Oh my
Would
gosh.
I notice Murdoch trying to figure out what this is? Depending
Yeah,
on-
you would see Murdoch go over and sort of pick these 2 things up and start looking at them.
With a +8, it's an 11. So I rolled a
Okay.
3.
So, you have heard of Drow using strange projectile weapons, but that's really all you've got out of it. The others though, Furias, you notice this, you recognize. I won't say you know what it is, but you recognize that you've seen somebody utilize these. You traveled with them for a bit.
Right, I know.
Same with
Don't
Artemis
point them at people.
Yeah. Again, Jacks were a little different, but same idea.
Same idea. Yeah.
And you may also remember that Jack was dealing with somebody on one of the islands you stopped at who is sort of making schematical drawings and looking at ways to improve them and build other styles.
Right, and right after that, they got swallowed into the disappeared forever. Uh, um, Murdoch, careful with those. Don't point them
What?
at anybody.
What? Oh,
No, wait.
sorry.
It's like a bow and
I know.
arrow,
Okay,
but mechanical? I don't know.
I see. Shot me in the hand with it.
Crossbow,
Well,
but
you point them at people and things come out of the end and hurt. There was a person we used to travel with that used those.
They hurt.
I imagine I got shot myself, but I mean, I was a rock person that didn't hurt that much.
Well, they're probably valuable. I would also just like someone who finds these people on the side of the road not to have something like this. That's fair, right?
That's true. I do
Um,
remember the person we were traveling with was working with sort of a craftsperson to come up with a new style and better engineered over in the island. What are they called? Moonshay Isles.
Moonshay off
Yeah.
off the
It
coast.
was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Are
I got
these?
my bag of holding from them.
Oh, so you mean a long time ago. Are these revolvers? Did they have just one? If I go through the gunslinger's kit,
So they
Is it
have
like a-
two revolvers.
okay. They don't have schematics. It doesn't seem like they were and someone who made these.
No, it looks like based on what you can see, there's someone who is able to utilize them. They do have a bag with a total of
Sets the two revolvers aside, like
yeah.
pointing out
They
on the
have
ground.
a total of 16 shots left in the little like ammo pouch.
Okay. I'm gonna just put those in my inventory so that I have a record of them. I'm not going to just suddenly become a gunslinger. I don't think that Murdoch would be very good with.
Duncane.
16.
16, yep. Furia, as you've sort of been poking around and going through their pockets and whatnot, across all of them, you find a total of 75 gold. And go ahead, do me a favor, roll a D100 for me.
$96.
Okay. Let's see, where are you here? Can I use silly git? Okay, and you find one of the individuals is actually wearing a ring. Give me a second so I can tell you what it looks like. Okay, it looks to be a silver band with small waves on it and some blue gemstones in it.
All right. So I'll just put the gold in the bag of money holding, apparently.
Purse.
The purse, the secondary
of
purse. Purse of holding, yeah, and I'll make a note to get Art to check out the ring
Okay.
When we're back on our way, probably. Also, yeah, if I do find any of those wanted posters, I'll take a look at the other ones that they had for other people, but I'll just probably end up burning them all.
Okay. So,
Sarah's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'd look at Sarah at this point and be like, yeah, they said they were looking for another person. Do you know anything about that, Sarah? Or is that just
I didn't even.
unrelated? Or...
I didn't even know why they were looking for me. So I am gonna look, because were we able to see that one of the posters was like a child?
it didn't look like a child. So
Okay.
basically, when they looked at the group of you, they basically ruled out a couple of. They seemed to rule out everything except for the older halfling, just based on the size of the party.
Okay.
As you're looking through those, specifically where Fury has mentioned this, you do find each one of the individuals has a small, basically it's a scroll tube that has 2 wanted posters in it. One of them, for 35,000 gold, is a somewhat crude drawing of Sarah. Again,
Never get my nose right.
eyes look a little shiftier. Face is shaded a little darker around the eyes, you know. It's made to make the already shifty knife-happy grandma look a little crazier. The other one is a somewhat strange to look at. It looks to be a youngish, looks to be humanoid. Can't really get a clear sort of racial depiction from it. Short hair, looks to be very, like it's basically a chest up. Looks to have very fine clothing on. And a bandage across the eyes. And that individual, where did I put that name? Yeah, looks to be on the younger side. So you guess, you know, teenager, maybe early 20s based on the depiction you're seeing there. And this one, it looks to be sought after by a group of mages. And they are offering 25,000 gold for information on the individual, or 30,000 gold if you're able to deliver the individual to them.
Oh, I could totally lie. I could totally get them to believe some false information and get 25,000 gold.
So they discover that you've been lying to them and they come after you instead. Or as well.
I wouldn't come as me.
Yeah. I mean, mages, they can be pretty tricky.
That's
have a lot of
true.
gold, but-
That's true. We do have a lot of gold. I just like to... I got a lot of people to bail out of jail. Every day. Has anyone come and given Lydia something to wear, by the way? Did I miss?
Yeah, I basically
She's
took
okay?
her, I took her like clothes and basically like cobbled together an outfit by like tying everything.
Basically, Lydia's currently wrapped up in blood-soaked rags.
Oh, no.
She looks like slave labor essentially at this point.
And
just
it's the
rags
best
with
we could
blood
do.
across the middle. It's just.
Okay. We're gonna get that fixed. We're gonna do something better.
And unfortunately, the blood is still so it is sort of getting onto your fur, Lydia. It's not the most comfortable, but.
I'm in shock.
And on that, And forgive me, sir, I cannot remember the name off the top of my head. What is the woman's name who was looking for you?
Oh, I off the top of my head, Claudia.
Okay. Couldn't remember if it was Cassandra or Claudia. I knew it began with a C.
Yeah.
Just didn't have my note in front of me. Okay.
Yeah.
So it references to that Sarah should be delivered alive or dead to Claudia. Preferably alive so that Claudia can deal with her herself. And then the other individual is just referenced that he needs to be brought before the Magicians Guild, located in... where did my notes go? That is located at Sundabar, which some of you may be aware is to the east of Silvery Moon, near the Nether Mountains.
Ugh. Sarah just sees the wanted poster and sees Claudia, and it's just like, ugh. Ugh.
We should consider getting moving. We're still on a main road, and someone is
And
bound to come by.
One guy did escape.
Yeah.
So, yes, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, do we do everything
One
we
guy
need
was
here?
terrified by the group of you to run away towards Daggerford.
Yeah.
So you know you've got about... you guys are about a day and a little bit of change outside of Daggerford. So you know you've got a little bit of time, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, Rose is right. Do we have everything that we're taking?
We got
Well-
everything from the bandits.
I mean, there are, if you guys want them, the knight did have a two-handed sword. Great sword. The couple of guys who are manning the gates did have short bows. I mean, they've got the regular rank and file stuff, but nothing overly impressive.
The caster was not of a wizardly persuasion, so
No,
they
he
didn't
was-
have no spell book or anything
No
like
spell,
that.
no.
No, if
I
Furia, if you
think we're good.
searched them all.
I wrecked the other side that is not burning, so we could get through.
Actually, I will say the knight that was wearing the full plate, his armor is probably closer in size to Lydia now than Lydia's own plate armor.
Oh.
Again, Lydia can choose to do if she wants to worry about another point, but
I guess I'll take it for now. Make do.
We definitely have enough money to get you personalized stuff later.
Alright.
Clothes
But-
included.
This road seems to be the most treacherous road in Sword Coast, so
What is the state of the kind of like
the what?
what is the state of the fire? The objects on fire?
So at this point, you guys have basically been ignoring the barricade that was on fire. So it is, I mean, it's a massive, basically dead tree. So it is still burning quite nicely. If you were to sit out, you know, you could roast weenies, make some s'mores. You know, it's a decent campfire right or bonfire given the size of it.
But like nothing's blocking the road, so we can like go ahead.
No, that's basically you blew up one of the. So it was, think of two barricades coming down like this. The one directly in front of the carriage, Furia just ripped off the hinges. So you could have driven by just that. and made a run and tried to make a run for it. You know,
Okay.
for the rest of the party could. You were like 70 feet away.
Right, that's why I did it just in case, but yes.
The other one is the one that you started shooting fireballs at, and that thing is just up in fire.
Okay.
It'll burn out in the next, 12 to 24 hours, but it's a big hunk of wood. It's going to take a while for that fire to completely burn out.
Okay.
Everybody in the carriage?
I guess so.
I guess so.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Are the horses okay?
I
Yeah,
don't think anybody shot them.
no, the horses.
Most of the
were-
fighting happened behind the cart, so
Yeah, the only one who is realistically the only time fighting happened at the front of the cart was after Furia moved up there. And basically, it was only the guy in the plate armor saying, "Oh wait, she's using magics. I have to deal with her." He wasn't thinking about the horse. It was, I got to deal with this caster.
Okay.
So yeah, the horses are fine. As the group of you are getting into the cart, you do notice that there are a couple of arrows that are sticking into the side of the cart. As you get inside, nothing actually penetrated within. So everything is, surface damage. Likewise, as you're moving around, there were a couple of singes on the back of it from some minor fire back there. But again, nothing too bad.
oh, that's right, yeah, because I put that out pretty much like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as the group of you get in, again, the first thing you notice is it is a little more comfortable for those of you inside the carriage. As now there is only one very large individual within. But
I still get on top. I like my air.
Furia riding on top, and as the instructions are given to head back to your domicile. The next couple of days goes through. You don't seem to run into any problems. You eventually find yourself arriving back at the hall. And as you arrive, it takes you a couple of days to get there, but again, no issues. You're able to disable your enchantments and enter without concern.
You know what? It's kind of good to be home.
Lydia will run upstairs pretty much and lock herself in a room to sulk alone for the first time. So she's gonna sulk for a while.
Oh, okay. Lydia takes care of releasing the enchantments and then runs away.
Sarah's following after Lydia.
Sarah,
Okay.
you should just let her be for a bit.
In that split second you turn, Sarah, it enables Lydia to get just a couple of feet in front of you. As you finish chasing, you get as the door is slammed. It seems like she wants to be alone.
Okay. I'm gonna head back to the group.
she's not happy.
Would you be?
I don't know. It hasn't happened to me. But, I mean, I can understand why she would be unhappy. I suppose it doesn't necessarily have to be a permanent thing, but I don't really know what to say to console her. I had to think on my feet, and that deal was the only thing I could think to offer. And thankfully, Furia had that spell. Otherwise...
Yeah, it was either risk I wasn't in control of what she became. It was up to gods. And it was that or lose her forever. Well, until we found out another way to get her back. And I really didn't want that to happen.
I'll put trying to find a way to get her back into the body she wants onto my to-do list. It's getting longer rather than shorter the more I work with you all. But it'll get done.
Thank you, Feria.
I don't have any fancy other bring people back to life spells except for that one. And it's not the best, but
Well, you did
it's what we
its
had.
job. Mine wouldn't have worked with the deals that were there. So thank you. What are we supposed to do now? This has gotten me turned topsy-turvy.
We need to
say-
decide where we want to go next and what problem we want to tackle.
Let's start talking about that at least tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
Murdoch ruffles through her bag and produces a severely underused but not never used pipe. I'm gonna do the thing. When it's nice enough out that you got the inner door open, but you got the screen door closed. So she's kind of got the main door open. She's gonna kind of be in the doorway. She's gonna be packing that pipe, and then she's gonna light it with a little match. She's gonna be like.
Rose,
Yes?
I have a favor to ask of you.
Alright, what is it?
I want you to train me to do
Alright.
what you do.
What, just swing my axe, you mean? Or the shield, with Murdoch?
No. I want to be strong.
Alright, yeah, I never really tried to train somebody like that before, but I think I could try and put something together.
Are you going to sleep?
What time is it about now, DM?
Did we get here in the morning, or is this one of those, into the night
I don't
road
know
trips?
what,
Realistically, it's probably about midday at this point.
Okay.
So you guys have a little bit of time if you want to do some things. If you want to just say, hey, we're burnt, we need a day. We can fast forward to tomorrow. It's up to the group.
Are you in the mood to teach me now?
yeah, I mean, it's only midday, we've got some time.
Then let's get shaken. Sarah heads downstairs to the training room.
Alright, just kinda yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay.
And I guess, right now, but also on the ride back to the house, would I have heard that voice in my head again at any point?
Not as of yet.
Okay.
I'll say go ahead and make 2 perception checks for me.
Alright. A 14 and a 12.
Okay. Yep. Nothing.
Okay.
Seems again, other than again noticing And this is all of you with just passive insight would realize that Lydia was not her normal bubbly self on the trip back. But in terms beyond that, everything else seemed to be just a somewhat comfortable ride home. So as the two of you were start to head downstairs, we've got Murdoch hanging out by the front door having a smoke. Fury and Art, what would the two of you be doing?
I would go out and spend a couple hours tending to the horses and then probably come back in, turn into a cat, and then just sleep in a sunny spot for a bit. Cat napping.
Okay. Artemis? Oh, and real quick, just because I know Fury mentioned he was going to ask Art about this on the when you had some downtime. The ring you found was a ring of water walking.
Ooh, yes, I did forget about it.
I did too.
So many rings.
And Rose, don't forget you can attune to that big Warhammer thing.
Ah, yeah.
I think Art. There's a kitchen in this place. Is there? Is there, like? Is there booze? Is there booze somewhere?
Oh yeah, your kitchen is quite fully stocked.
Art's
You've
gonna
got
go
everything
rummaging
from
around
the
for.
the sissy little light craft beers to the the hardcore one shot. You wake up the next day and you don't know what happened.
There's a whole bottle of absinthe.
I mean, if you want to like absinthe.
Art will take something a little bit on the lighter side because they're tiny and but they'll take that and then kind of step outside and around to the side of the house and try and discern what another one of those spell scroll tubes are.
Okay. So I think you've only got it's two of those that's left, right? Or is it three?
I think it's 3, but
Find my notes.
I'm not 100% sure. Also, can we say that, like, Art figured out that they're bald? Of course.
Oh, let me rephrase it. That is I thank you for saying that. So Artemis, yes, you after the battle,
Yeah.
you did in fact realize that you were 100% hairless.
It's not just bald.
It's not just bald. There was not a single hair on you.
I'm Mr. Cleaned.
Art, I think.
You have no eyebrows.
I think Lydia took all your hair.
When you woke up the next
That's
morning,
right.
you were literally just shaggy. Full head of hair, full overgrown eyebrows, like Eugene Levy, like hanging over your eyes eyebrows.
Like, it grew in super fast?
Yes, the effect was literally you lose all your hair and it immediately grows back the next morning.
I
Oh,
love magic.
So it's literally the haircut, the things that they had done to fix the burnt ends and everything from the fire. You literally just have now a full head of hair.
I guess I would have spent a little bit of the trip back kind of leading out or, like, on top of the carriage with Furia, just, like, slowly, carefully trying to, like, trim back a little bit. Eyebrows, at least. Nose hairs at most.
Easy enough to do is, yeah, you've got one of those like I'll call it the Play-Doh hair, where every single hair on your head is the same length, with the exception of your eyebrows and eyelashes. But like, just everything is just a giant mop.
Hasn't it?
Cool. They'll trim it a little bit and then give up and just tie it back in their customary stupidly long braid.
Oh, okay. So, do me a favor, roll a d6, and just tell me what number you get.
A 6.
Okay. So that puts us on this one. So you take a couple of moments and you are able to discern the spell on this scroll. And this spell is Magic Circle. It is a 3rd level abjuration spell.
I see. Once they do that, they'll grab it and kind of head up to their room, taking sips of the alcohol as they go.
Easy enough. Okay. So, we're going to jump upstairs real quick. Lydia, I know you said you wanted to be sulking alone. Is there anything in specific that Lydia would be doing?
Looking at through all of her old stuff and kicking it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Define your old stuff.
Everything that was bigger sized.
Oh, okay. So, like your armor, the bed, like...
Yeah, yep.
Oh, okay.
Just everything kind of just like looking at it and then tossing it aside and like, going up to bed and kicking it, like throwing a little tantrum, hissy fit thing.
Oh, okay. As you sort of go through this and, kicking your armor, kicking your bed, over the point of your entire tantrum, you do take a total of 4 points of bludgeoning damage, as you are not wearing shoes.
Oh yeah,
and you're just you kick the bed, stub your toe, whatever, and then you kick the armor,
Okay.
Eventually taking to throwing your things to stop, the minor aches and pains.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it is strange. You sitting down on the bed and, that first time just sort of flopping as you throw yourself onto it. Your feet aren't right at the edge. Because even with this house and the way it was built and everything was custom designed for each of you, you only had a couple of inches at the edge of your bed. Now, as you drop down onto it, you have, a couple of feet at the end of your bed. Ooh. And I just realized, holy heck, we have had chat going busy over there. I haven't been paying attention. I apologize. So thank you, chat, for popping in. Got some gift subs in there. Got a few people popping in tonight. So yeah, Lydia, as you're looking around, though, you do notice laying across, just on the back of the chair over by the desk, there is looks to be a cord of fabric laying on top, laying over the back of the chair.
Do I know what it means?
It looks like it. All you can tell from as you're sort of moving around the room is it looks like fabric.
I'll go up to it and try to poke it.
Poke it. It feels like it might be clothing.
Alright, I'll pull it out and give it a shake.
As you pull it out and give it a little shake, it is a bluish green, basically very sort of excuse me, very sort of like Caribbean Ocean in the sun, that sort of bluish green color, with very slight little whorls and almost reminds you of waves stitched into it at various points. And as you sort of hold it up and pulled it out, a little scrap of paper little looks to be a small little bit of scroll that somebody rolled up and tied. Has a very fine black ribbon tied to it.
I'll open the ribbon and give it a look.
And as you open it up, it is written in common. And very flowing, elegant handwriting. A note reads, I saw what happened. It's never an easy thing to make the journey back. Hope this helps. And then at the bottom it's signed with just a little dash and a very flowing letter R.
R.
Yep.
Okay. I will don the fabric and be pretty swanky.
It is much as I'm assuming as you came back, you've probably cleaned yourself up
Yeah.
from that, and yeah, it is it is a very well made, basically outfit for you, with a very again that same sort of nautical ocean theme that your room is.
Mhm.
And yes, chat, you're 100% correct. That is the spell that was cast, and that is why Lydia is now 2 feet and change shorter.
Oh, like 5 feet shorter. She was huge.
That was pretty big.
As we pan downstairs for a moment, all the way down, to Rose and Sarah. Now, Sarah, you would know, for what you're asking Rose to do, this is not a simple... This is not as easy as what Rose has been trying to teach Murdoch with how to use a shield. Trying to change your physiology, make you stronger, things like that, you know it's going to take a little bit longer. But I will say, Rose, how would you start trying to train Sarah to be tougher and stronger?
Yeah, the first thing Rose was going to do is just start with straight push-ups before even using any kind of weapon.
Okay. So, Sarah, do me a favor and make a Constitution save.
Okay, just 1 second. Con save.
As immediately upon getting down there, Rose is barking at you, telling you to drop and start doing push-ups.
10?
You actually managed to do pretty good. You managed to get just about 10 push-ups done before your arms give out.
Okay.
And these, mind you, these are proper push-ups. We're not talking the granny on your knees, barely moving. Rose ain't putting up for that.
Can't do girly laps. Okay, okay, this is gonna... Okay, what else you got?
I mean, that's a good start. I mean, we need to get to 100 a day. That's the goal. You know I do 100 every day, right?
You what?
Yeah. You heard me.
Just on the reg?
Yeah. But it was a good start. It was a good start.
Oh dear heavens. Okay, when... Okay, so when do I get to lift the axe?
We're not there yet. We have a ways to go
Well,
before we get there.
Well, we gotta get there a bit faster, so let's keep going.
All right. Yeah. It's,
Just for
let's
Chuckle's
go.
sake, go ahead and make a second con save, this one at disadvantage.
Well, I rolled a nat 1 on the first roll, so...
Okay. And you manage to get partially way up one and just right down into the sand and dirt.
Okay, I was practicing, making sure you were paying attention,
See,
Rose.
I told you, you can't rush this kind of thing. It takes time.
Well, time is not something we have. We need to be ready now. Okay, let's do this. Okay, gonna do some lumbar stretches. Yeah,
As we
just
pan back from the exercising montage going on in the basement, where the overly muscled dwarven barbarian is trying to teach the elderly stab-happy grandma and trying to build muscle mass in a week. That's where we'll take our break this evening, as our party is basically taking a little bit of time to, well, some of them are taking some time to relax. Others are, joining the army. And we will be back in just a few moments to see how where our party is heading off to next and how Lydia is dealing with her new reality. And yeah, I think everyone's sort of getting the feeling it is not going too hot right now. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments. And yeah, thank you much, folks. welcome back, everyone. Thank you for bearing with us during that quick break. So for those who are just joining us now, in case you missed the first half of our session this evening, our beloved cleric Lydia fell in battle last week. The party has found a way to reincarnate Lydia, and after a discussion with her deity, she made the decision to return. Unbeknownst to her, but being slightly warned that there was a chance she may be in a different form, she awoke to find herself a Harengon, and has been struggling to cope with her new reality. Our party has made their way to their home, has spent the remainder of the day doing their various things. They have their evening's rest. And the next morning, dawn breaks. As the party begins to potentially gather for breakfast. What would everyone be doing? What would you be doing as a group?
Sarah's like banging on Rose's door, like, I'll meet you downstairs!
Yeah, give me a minute. I'll be down.
You could
How
all hear
early
Sarah
is it that
banging
you're
and screaming.
banging?
I'm up probably earlier than most people. Just sort of sitting. This morning, I will be staring at my old tarnished, doesn't look like much ring. Just looking at it, not even. It's like, should I put it on? When are we going to get to this? And then finally, once I hear Sarah screaming down the hallway, I'll put it in my pocket and get up. And I'll actually go and lightly tap on Lydia's door.
So Lydia, you can hear Sarah hollering for Rose, and you hear a light tapping on your door.
I'll open the door and just open it a crack. Look out.
Morning. Just wanted to know how you were doing.
Do you like my dress?
It is beautiful. I love the color.
Me too. Alright, let's go
Who
downstairs.
who left it for you? The
R.
person that made the house?
R.
Oh,
You know,
all
our
right.
old friend R.
Well, they have a great taste in fashion.
They do. Hate to admit it, but they do. Right up my alley. Alright. Well. Yeah. Guess I gotta start getting used to things, huh?
I did my best, but it was the only thing that I could do, and I feel kind of bad because really it's my fault, but
No.
No. I had to try to get you back.
I understand, and I appreciate everything you've done, Imperial. You're a great friend, and I appreciate that. Alright, let's go down and eat. Carrot.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Do you go down Murdoch Art? What would the two of you be doing?
Murdoch will come down in much more casual clothes. She doesn't have her suit and her tie on. She's got just like one of those like button-ups, but it's like loose. But she is wearing the holster of the gunslinger, so it's kind of got that like white button-up, and then it's like, I don't know if he had like a hip one or if he had, okay.
Yep.
So she has
Like
has that.
full Western on the hip, open carry, just exposed.
Yeah, so she's got that. She probably had last night, like, maybe at the very least learned how to like open the cylinder, take a bullet out, put a bullet in. They're not loaded. It's just in there because she's like, okay, it goes in there, cool. Go downstairs. Apparently, since Sarah's not going to be cooking, I will ritual cast and get Jeeves started on some breakfast. And I'll be like, just, get some simple jam on toast, coffee and tea for people who want it. You know how I like mine. Thank you.
Takes a few moments, and all of a sudden, as people start noticing just pots, kettles, things just start floating around in the kitchen. Very sort of Fantasia-ish looking as it's just floating around, sets on the fire. No eggs come over, crack.
I don't have a morning paper to read, but you know, it's like the glasses and like my journal or something, like notes. It's just
Okay. Artemis, what about yourself?
They'd come downstairs. Their bottle still in hand, noticeably lighter, less in the bottle this time. And they kind of just like sit at the table and kind of like look at their spell book and start like transcribing that magic circle spell.
Okay. That's realistically, you would have had enough time, should you have chosen to finish that yesterday. So that's only I believe that's a 3rd level spell, if I remember correctly.
It is, yeah.
So it would only have taken you a total of 3 hours to do it. It's up to you whether Art would have spent 3 hours yesterday or just got most of the way and finished it today.
No, they probably would have finished it. In that case, they're just gonna like wander outside once more and try and figure out another spell scroll.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
We got 4.
Okay. Damon. Okay. So, take a couple of moments, and the apologize, cannot speak. The spell you find yourself looking at with this is actually, it is a level 2 spell called, where'd it go? Dust Devil.
Okay. Then in that case, they'll drop back inside and sit down and start transcribing that one.
Okay, so the majority of you are starting to sit down, join each other together. Sarah, do me a favor. Make a Constitution save as you are downstairs waiting for Rose at this point.
Well,
Okay. You think you're feeling okay at the moment? Your waking up this morning was a little rough for you. It's for those at home or those in the party. If you've ever gone to the gym and like hit the gym hard that first day, you wake up the next morning and just every muscle and bone in your body is like, as you're trying to move it, just everything is stiff and creaking and cracking.
That's why I don't.
Granny, you sound like that, only worse due to your age. As Rose eventually makes their way down. And Rose, what would you be more the same on the docket for Sarah today?
Yeah, but actually before I had come downstairs, Rose was gonna do something in her room before heading down.
Okay.
So
Yeah, what would Rose be doing?
she'll just kind of like feel silly doing it, but like, voice, are you there? Oh, and I know you can hear me.
Roll a D100.
Okay. 75.
A couple of moments goes by and you just hear a very low sort of grumble. You still haven't done it.
I know. I have a good opportunity now. We ran into trouble on the road, and I couldn't do it, but I think I'll be able to get it done now. Soon, okay?
We are losing patience.
All right. I'll get it done.
And you once more get the sensation of a presence leaving you.
Just kind of like shiver at that. And then, yeah, then she'll head down to Sarah.
As you head down there, you see Sarah seems to be getting ready. Trying to limber up a little bit. What's on the training docket for today?
Rose, hit me!
All right. How you feeling today? Are you ready for more?
Go for it!
All right.
Come on,
So
put
we're
up
gonna
your
do.
jokes.
This is called. So she'll like act out the motion, and you see her jump, and like, this is called a jumping jack. 100 of
Aw.
these. No. She like takes your fists and like puts them down.
You're on the Saitama exercise.
Welcome to One Punch.
Whoopee!
Go ahead and make a Constitution save, Sarah.
Okay. Oh, 19.
Okay. Rose, you don't really know how Sarah pulls this off. She actually manages to get 20 jumping jacks done, which surprises you given just that this is her, you could tell yesterday, this is her first time trying to do any real, like, strength training.
Yeah.
And you know she's going to be hurting. But she seems to be pushing through it somehow.
Okay, come on.
All right. That's pretty good. That's actually more than I thought. I mean, I knew you wouldn't get up to 100 actually, but
I'm gonna
Ouch.
pretend I didn't hear that, Roswin.
just use that as motivation.
Okay.
Eventually, the group starts to gather to eat and plan. I open to the group of you as everyone is sort of gathered, eating. Rose making sure that Sarah has water, staying hydrated, you know, everything you need after a strenuous workout. Story is yours.
Gotta get my gains.
It's not even the DM knows what your plans are at this point.
Murdoch, are you going to do the contacting and see what we can get?
I suppose I should at least see what he has in store. Of course, if he wants to just contact me, because I'm sure he knows that we're here.
Or just drop by and talk to all of us?
No, because he's too busy of a man. Alright, hold on.
Probably.
Hold on. It's me. We're back at the old place. I'm sure you know. Waiting to see what's next down on your list of tasks. Hope you're not working too hard. Kisses.
A little bit of time.
To the master of past and present.
Go. Assumed. Little bit of time goes by. And you do get a very sort of strained message back. It's very short, but even through the spell, you can tell that something is going on. As the message you receive back is, little busy with the dragon folk at the moment. Just have to make do for the time being. Would you make sure the small one is okay? that's it.
He's actually preoccupied. We are without a task. He has nothing for us.
Well, there goes that plan. Next one, plan AA.
Track down the circus. Or the too soon, probably.
Lydia, even if we did, I don't know how to move you from one to the other.
But
But
we might be able to learn how one would do that because there's someone we need to find who did.
Who did?
Oh.
The one that took Albert's body.
yes,
Oh. Oh.
True.
true.
Oh yeah, maybe we could use magic like that.
Artemis and I are still working on the spell to be able to speak with your husband, but it would give us a lead on him, and perhaps maybe we can learn how he did it. Two birds with one stone, sort of. Get your husband his body back, and possibly learn the secrets of doing it so that we can get you yours.
Love it.
So we stay put, or do we need to gather items for your magic?
We haven't gotten a specific material component figured out yet, but Lydia, what we're attempting to do is very similar to a speak with dead spell. It's just sort of a slight variation, so maybe if you can lend some of your knowledge, we might be able to get this breakthrough that we're hoping for.
All right.
The three of us could work on that, but yeah, we don't need to go anywhere to do that. We can just stay at home and work on that. We have all of the supplies that we need. Is an idea.
I mean, the only other ideas I feel like we have is to dive somewhere into the Feywild, honestly, but that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. The only other thing would be to look for those 6 people that our dude benefactor mentioned. But I have no idea where even to start doing that. So it's just always in the back of my mind since they have something to do with the rings. Also, who wants this ring of water walking that we picked up? I can cast the spell. Anybody can't swim?
I mean, I'm in plate armor.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't wear armor, so I probably wouldn't be the best fit.
All right, here you go. I'm taking my bag, pull it out.
Thank you kindly.
Are we sure that we don't want to exhaust everything as far as the rings go? I know you said you just couldn't, we can't really figure out where to start with that, but
Well, the only other thing is I was told, and you all heard it, that if I just put this on, I'll go somewhere. Whoever they
If
are
you-
think I'm ready now. All I have to do is put on the ring. I don't know if I could take you with me.
If you take it off, do you pop back? That would be interesting to
Yeah, I
know.
was wondering that too.
I don't know. I think when we... I really don't know. It's either we're all just going to go and see what happens and be stuck wherever we're stuck. And if we end up in the Feywild, then we can tackle the other stuff. But if you guys want to work on that spell, how close are you? Is like a day, a week, a month? Because if you could be traveling somewhere and you could be working on it at the same time, that would also be helpful.
We were making good progress. It's just, as far as I know, it's never been done before. But Artemis is very smart.
Well, you're both very smart. Just new things take time. And I understand that, but
Time.
I don't think waiting around here for you guys to make it when we could be on our way to doing something else at the same time would be helpful, because we just have so much to do.
Mechanically, do you want me to prepare speak with dead? I wasn't sure what you meant by that.
I mean, you know how the spell works.
Okay.
It's just because it's a very similar effect to what we're trying to do that you might just be able to help.
Okay.
Not necessarily in a mechanical sense, but just because
Okay.
the magic that you do is
Sorry,
close to what we're trying to make.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah, for what they're trying to do, you do not need to have the spell prepared unless you want to have
Okay.
it in case you run into a corpse you want to talk to.
Mike,
As happens.
Basically, it's when it comes time and they try to do it, we'll have you make a roll, and that your result will help modify whatever theirs is. Basically, you'll give them a boost to it.
Okay.
Hopefully, if you roll poor enough, you may, maybe a step back, like with any trying to create something new.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't even know if it will be something that, like, I'm assuming if we make it, Artemis will be able to cast it being a wizard. I don't know if I'll be able to. We don't know. We're essentially creating a ritual. So it wouldn't be necessarily an official spell. So I don't know. We don't know. We've never done it before.
If I'm undead, does that mean I can animate dead on my corpse and then have my corpse as me?
You could have had you. Mechanically speaking, yes. Had the group of you attacked and somehow managed to murder the two repo men who came to collect your body, you could have reanimated your corpse and had zombie Lydia following you around.
Yep. Reach that on the top shelf for me.
You'd be giving yourself so much more mental issues than what you already have with waking up in this body.
Piloting yourself like a mech.
Yeah, that'd be all.
You have to keep in mind, it's a zombie. It is going to decay.
Yeah.
So every day, Lydia's just going to watch as the body rots.
Yeah, I don't think my psychic can take that.
No. It's a special sort of psychopath for that.
Yeah.
So, if our benefactor doesn't have anything for us to do immediately, we don't know where the 6 people are or where to start. We can't do the husband thing until you finish the spell.
So...
And we can't do Lydia's thing until we do the husband thing for the information. Then there's my ring, your thing, Murdoch, and sorry, Rose, you don't have a thing yet. As far as I know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's actually good you don't have any problems.
Yeah.
You're just along for the ride.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was looking to do with you all here, so.
And I will say, for party knowledge, some of you may remember that when you were originally contacted by Albert, or whoever was piloting Albert, you're really not sure who it was, you were advised of a location where he had made his current base. Located north of the Nether Mountain range, called Asphalt.
There is there.
There is
there
there.
is.
So we could travel there while you work on your spell. If you don't want to plane hop.
I mean, I've tried to, I tried to just be as helpful as I can to all of you, you know, since the day that I came to work with you. With the idea that one day you would help me back, but I understand that what I need is something that is very hard. I do, and that's why I didn't bring it up. I'm also not the best at asking for help. But I will say, I think that I have reached the point that I needed to reach to enact my plan to help my mother. And it required all of you to be at a certain point too. So I've been keeping an eye on everybody and seeing how they've been doing. And I think that it could be done, but it requires going to a very horrible place, and I can't make anybody do that. So if we want to go hop in the cart and go to the Nether Mountains, then that's fine. But if we ever get a chance, I think that I'm ready to try and save. I didn't really talk about it with anyone else super in-depth besides Snow Moon. With the fact that I'm attempting, and have been, for most of my life, to free my mother's soul from the hells.
Oh,
But we don't have to go! We don't have to do that right now. I'm still alive and willing to help all of you. It's not... We don't... I mean, the doorway that's in the stairwell seems to be exactly the place that I need to go, and I know where she is, but it's fine. I've waited 6 decades. I can wait more.
Your thing is more known than my thing is. At least you
Why
know
not?
where you need to go, I'm assuming? Hell, in general?
Specifically the city of Dis. I researched
even
it
better than mine.
while we were in Candlekeep. My mother is... Nobody freak out. It's my thing. It's my mother. It's fine. You don't have to feel bad for me. She's in hell prison.
Wait,
I don't know.
Hell has prisons in it?
What
I
did
thought you
she
just went there when you
do?
died.
That's a little personal.
I know. As far as I'm aware, she may have broken a contract. It's why I dedicated my entire life to this.
Murdoch.
Murdoch.
I mean,
No, don't! Don't!
I'm down. I mean, I'm here to, stake my claim with a big adventure. The bigger and better, the better. And
I mean, if we're going to hell, Rose, I'm
going
going
to hell
to
and
need.
back. That's
Your
as bad
help
as it
training.
gets, right?
We do. It doesn't need to be today or tomorrow. We can go to the Nether Mountains. How could I ask anybody to go to hell for me?
We have a door, don't we?
We do.
And you did say being in this group is like hell on earth.
Did I say that?
We're halfway there.
I mean,
I
we
got
could
you.
go-
Oh man.
we
I
could
got
make
you a
a
little
trip
tipsy when we were
near
camping.
the Nether Mountains first, if if you want to let everybody think on it.
Do you want to
Well,
go
I
home,
think it's
Rowan?
either at this point hell
Uh,
or the
I
Nether
mean-
Mountains.
I can't go home for good yet, but I wouldn't mind passing by.
You have family in the mountains. We've never really asked you that.
Yeah, that's where
clan.
my clan lives in the Nether Mountains.
Yeah. See?
What's your clan like?
Pretty simple and hardy. We just mine gems and make a living in the mountain. Pretty simple.
Oh, I've heard a song about that. You go hi ho, it's
Oh
off to
no,
work
please
we
not
go.
that song. We've all heard plenty of that song back home.
I'm laughing too much to whistle.
How long would it take us to get to the Nether Mountains? Let's get logistical.
How long would it take us to get to hell?
Dig out the map.
10 minutes.
Yeah, honestly, a few minutes to hell, but a few days, maybe a week. I don't know.
More
Oh no,
It's another
more. Yeah,
mountain.
this is.
Weeks.
weeks.
If we go.
Hi
I was
ho.
right here.
It's a week.
Yeah, it's circled.
Yeah.
It's basically as far as Silvery Moon, but over a bit.
So another.
Would we be able to teleport to Silvery Moon or that place right beside it, like we did last time, and then go from there?
We could, yeah. There is when we went to Waterdeep, we
And we
were
don't
able
have the
to.
The Harpers
And we
do
don't have
have
the
a circle that leads to Evermore, which is south of Silvery Moon.
Yeah, we wouldn't have the cart.
We
But
wouldn't, but it probably would be useless in the mountains anyway.
True.
yeah, so we could actually cut off probably a chunk of travel.
Take you about a week and a couple of days to get to Waterdeep.
We would have to go probably around Daggerford. Yes. It may not be true, but probably we're all wanted there now.
Oh,
Yeah, best to maybe.
Wait, you let one go?
He ran
he
away.
ran.
We were worried about you.
And
Oh.
people were dying, and
Oh,
yes, there was more important things to worry about at that time.
Fair
We.
enough.
I'm always good to go back to Waterdeep. I can visit my alma mater. I can get some extra books, maybe. Just really make sure that I have everything of this plan of mine. I mean, I'm trying to get somebody out of hell jail, which is very unlawyerly, but I'm trying to do it in the most lawyerly way. But that is an entire plane of people that are ready for me. So I wouldn't mind
Gives you time
talking
to
with some
prepare.
bards. Yeah. And making sure that we have spell components, because there are some spells that I would need from some of my companions. I think at least one from you, Furia, and then I believe one from either Artemis or Lydia.
Yeah. As long as you give me notice, I could have a spell ready.
Yes, yes. So, yes. I'm okay with going to Waterdeep and making our way to the
Waterdeep
Nether
portal
Mountain.
to what was that name?
It was
town.
south of
It had
Silvery Moon.
the cats with the wings in it.
Tressums.
Could
Has
we
Silvery
take the
Moon and
Delimir? Could we take the Delimir River? Would that be faster from Daggerford?
It wouldn't be faster than teleporting.
All right.
Yeah, so you could take the Delimir River, and it would lead you all the way up there.
Okay.
I mean, there are points, but again, you're not teleporting at that point. So you're figuring that No.
Yeah, okay.
150.
That'd be quite a journey.
300. 450.
Okay.
500. 600.
I like to think
That's
we're all
700
just like,
miles, so that's going to take a bit chugging along on a barge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
It
took
would be
that.
really relaxing, but
yeah.
We took that river to Succumber, and it was slow.
I mean, riverboat cruise, but
I love them. I've been on one. It's
I would rather
fantastic.
walk.
they are nice.
Some mint juleps.
Yes.
So am I teleporting people then? Is that what I'm hearing? Am I calling up a certain person again?
Well,
We'll be the
we
hard
could,
person, not the other person.
yeah, we could go to Waterdeep, and then you wouldn't have to call anybody. You could just use the circle that we used in
Right,
the
right,
City of the
right,
Dead.
Murdoch, are you
Yes.
sure? It's gonna be a
I'm-
while till we come back here, probably, but are you sure?
I am sure. Another nice thing is it gives me time to work on the spell, and I might be able to contact her and get a little bit
Alright.
more information on
Alright.
why she's there. She passed away when I was a child. So she's been there since, and my other mother did not tell me that that is what happened to her. So I'm figuring it out.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan then.
Okay.
No rule breaking in Waterdeep, eh?
Please, they have a code legal written on paper.
We're passing through. We don't have time to deal with stuff like that. We're,
Some
Yes,
of you may
yes.
have already broken laws in Waterdeep.
I need armor. If that.
I thought you had the plate armor from the dead body.
It's huge.
Oh.
She's 5 foot tall. That plate armor is made for a 7-foot person. So it's basically, I'm 6'7", 300 pounds. Let me give you my t-shirt and my shorts, and
I mean, City of Splendors can get us whatever we need.
Alright.
So we can definitely get you kitted out. We
and
can
we
get
could take the carriage there and find somewhere to take care of it till we get back. Hopefully.
yes. We can get spell components, scrolls.
Alright.
Yes.
okay. So it sounds like you all have a plan.
Leaving
Milwaukee.
today or tomorrow? Since it is only breakfast time.
Oh,
Leave today, I guess. I mean, since we've got so much of the day left. Unless we've got something else we want to do.
Just let me grab my things and I'd be ready.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make sure that I bring a few extra candles, since we're going to apparently be trying to finish the spell on a cart ride, or at least during camp.
Hmm.
I'll grab my stuff and bring the cart around.
Okay. So as everyone starts collecting their belongings, preparing for the long trek back north.
Lydia, I'm not sure how your spell worked, but make sure to reset the fences around here. I'm not sure how long that would need to take.
alright. I can do that. Also, what would I be wearing if I wasn't wearing plate?
Say to do it.
Okay.
We could probably even just sell your old plate.
Probably.
Yeah, I have a set of leather armor in my bag of holding, but
Alright.
I don't think that would fit you either. You'd be too big still.
Realistically, you have 2 sets of plate armor that you could potentially sell if you were looking to get yourself something.
Actually, I mean, my studded leather armor is magical, so it might actually conform to fit you. Maybe, I don't know. It's not attuned. No, it's not attuned magic, so it might not change size.
Okay, I don't want to put you at risk.
Okay.
We need to install a horn on this cart. Should be honking at you guys to get in here.
Well, I'm coming!
Alright.
Yeah, I'd head out onto the cart. I'm ready to go.
I'm
Okay.
grabbing more candles as well as like the tiny little burnt ones and then rushing out.
Wait, Artemis, the incense too!
Oh, God! Okay, and then
The cinnamon one! It worked the best so far!
It makes my nose feel weird. Fine.
But it works the best!
I spend a couple more minutes finding it, running back out.
I make a mental note to buy a like one of those squeeze horns. Yeah. When we get to Waterdeep.
You sure you don't want like an awooga?
Like, that's better.
I want one that's the mariachi music.
It's Old Man Jenkins
It's
and his
loud enough to be
jalopy!
annoying, but that's about it.
Na-na-na-na-na.
Anyways,
I'm in the cart now.
I'm in the
Once
car.
everybody's in, I'll set the course back towards Daggerford. But
Yep.
once we get there, I'll go a little
Yes.
bit around.
See if there's still smoldering ash or bodies.
Actually, when we get close to Daggerford, I would like to set the course, and then I would want to take a reconnaissance as a bird over Daggerford to see if I could spot any wanted posters.
Okay. So, as you begin your journey back that direction, again, much like your trip down here, it does take you a decent bit of time to get there. But traveling seems to be smooth for the most part. As you do start getting close, a little over a day outside of Daggerford, you do come across the remains of what looks to be a checkpoint. One half of it has been broken apart and just basically a large tree trunk dropped to the side of it. The other half of it is at this point, a very barely smoldering pile of basically coal and ash at this point. But as you continue on, you take your rest, you continue on towards the next morning, towards Daggerford. As you set your course for area and go ahead and take off as a bird, so you're basically diving down into the city to see what you can see.
Yeah, I'll turn into like a crow, like an average
Okay.
bird you'd see in the city, and see if I could find like a notice board or like a public like thing.
Okay.
Just check it out, see if there's any wanted posters on there.
So go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That's a 22.
Okay. So on the notice board, you do see a couple of wanted posters. You recognize both of them. It is the youngish-looking individual with the nice clothes and the bandage over their eyes, and the heinous, evil-looking older halfling. Amounts are on it. Basically, it's the same things that the group had.
Okay, nothing new.
You do see one other post advising that a group has destroyed the checkpoint to the south, but there were no descriptions provided at that point.
Okay, so seeing that, I'll make sure read it twice, and then I'll take off and catch up to the cart.
Easy enough to basically, as you're flying, you're a little quicker than the cart is moving. As you get back to the carts, now you have your choice to make as you're getting closer to Daggerford at this point. And there is the only way to cross the river without trying to literally just ford through it would be to go through the city itself. So are you trying to cross the river on your own, or are you just going to cut through the city?
I'll turn back into myself on top of the cart and lean over. Slow the horses down a little bit. Guys, there's a poster saying that there's a group that destroyed the checkpoint, but there's no descriptions of us. So I think if we just head on through at a decent pace, don't spend the night there, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
there's no reason.
I mean, we've
stopped, so.
gone through the town in this cart a dozen times, it seems, by now, so.
Yeah, I say we go through.
I'm gonna.
Alright.
Sarah's gonna put her hood up and like slink down a bit. Could we perhaps do a magic on my appearance just so we don't get delayed?
Does Daggerford have, like, guards at the entrances? I don't remember.
No, not a check. Not like Waterdeep does. So like
Okay.
Waterdeep, you're getting checked in. You know how long you're staying. You got the whole deal. As you go through the gate at Daggerford, like into the city proper, there are guards around, but it's more like they're keeping an eye out. If there's a problem, they'll step in. But most people coming through here, it's farmers, it's people with produce. It's not anywhere near the level of city that Waterdeep is.
Okay, I think I was mistaking Waterdeep for where we got stopped by like the two guards.
Yep, you guys get stopped at Waterdeep.
Okay.
And then that's when Art got approached by the Harpers as well.
Okay. And I told that one guy he can't marry Furia.
That was Succumber.
Oh.
Granny has dementia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll slow down the carts for, once we get closer, appropriate going through a town, city speed, but head right through.
Oh, okay, that easy enough to do. As you're traveling through, you do see the statue that had been up in the barracks is mostly been taken down. There is still a rather large head. Basically, they've got most of it broken down, but the head is now sitting on the ground. Most of the body's been taken apart. They're slowly dismantling the sculpture. You continue through, deciding not to spend the evening. Continuing on for the couple of more days it'll take you to get up to Waterdeep. So, all of you go ahead on the basically your second day out of Daggerford. I need all of you to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
So did we want to, like, say that Murdoch and Art work on that spell one of the nights?
I think that we should, work on it a little bit every day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, we'll take care of this roll, and then we'll have you guys roll a couple of.
Was
Yeah.
perception? 20. Dirty 20.
No, okay.
4.
1.
Rose.
19.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Rolling good. today.
Dirty 20.
Okay, and Lydia.
22.
Way! There we go.
So,
Thank you.
at least a few of you are paying attention. Murdoch and Art seem to be caught up in spell land here. Okay, so actually, let's do this. As you guys are starting to know something, Lydia, how many nights would you be offering to help Art and Murdoch with their spell?
As long as it took them to use
Oh,
me.
okay. So do me a favor, make 3 wisdom checks.
Okay. $17.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna give them inspiration, bardic inspiration, just to.
18.
Okay, so sorry, you said 17. What was your second one?
14 and then 18.
Okay. 14. Okay. So, Artemis, go ahead and make an intelligence check with advantage. You can also add a +3 to this one.
Okay, well, natural 20.
Okay, so what's the total?
You said plus my intelligence +3?
Yes.
27?
Okay, go ahead and make a second check. Same thing. You're going to
Yeah,
roll with
natural
advantage. This
one.
one you can add a +2.
Okay, not. It's not a 1, that's good. 30, what is it? 19.
Okay. And then last one, advantage, and you can add a +4.
Another natural 20.
Okay, so that makes it a 28
Hey!
then.
We're finishing this spell.
Right
My
now.
bad!
You got as you basically, and that covers you through getting up to, and basically until you arrive at Waterdeep.
Okay.
Alright.
So you guys think realistically, maybe another week, another couple of sessions, sitting down, spending a couple of hours with it, and you should have something together. With Lydia's help, the 3 of you together are thinking that this ritual is something that the 3 of you, any one of the 3 of you, may be able to perform this ritual.
Very cool.
So yeah, it is something with Lydia's added help. You're adding that extra facet to it. It's helping you two figure it out a little better, as she has spoken with Dead before. But it's also while she's helping, she's also adding little ways so that she can replicate it as well, should she choose to.
Gotcha.
But with that being said, as you are continuing on this second day, you're about day and a half outside of Waterdeep at this point. And you see that there is a young girl. Looks to be maybe 6-7 years old. It's a small little human girl sitting on the side of the road. She's watching as the cart's traveling along the road, as the group of you are just sort of talking. Basically everyone except for Murdoch and Artemis catches this. And then as you turn away for a second, go to say something to each other, and then turn back, you see a 4-legged animal disappear into the grass.
I hate that. Children keep me out.
Lydia, I do that all the time, except
Yeah.
I'm not a small child. I'm slowing down the horses.
Oh, okay, so she
Are we
turned
being
into some...
watched?
I thought she
again?
just, like, disappeared, not like... Okay. Well, that's cool. Do you want to follow her?
Why would she leave when she saw us? I have a feeling she's going to sell somebody.
Go.
Should we
We
just
should
take off and get away
Yeah.
from here as quickly as we can?
probably.
Do
you want to follow
rather
her?
go follow her, but at this point, she could be moving pretty fast.
True. But can't you, like,
Oh, I could turn into an
Survival
animal
check.
too, but
I'm sorry, can you what, Lydia?
I was saying, can't you, like, survival check that kind of thing? Like, can't you sense another being very well in nature sometimes?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I think that. Side note, I think that's a ranger thing, not a druid thing.
A survival? Oh, okay.
Yeah, rangers can track people in their favorite terrain. Like,
Oh,
And
right,
and
right.
they have like a spell that they can sense people in a mile radius.
Okay.
I mean,
I think it's a ranger thing.
I can do some stuff with animals, but they have to be willing, and I guess do we even know if it's really an animal, or I don't know, but
I mean,
Well, we need to make a decision. Are we going and leaving, or are we following?
I was just gonna suggest you turn into a bird and follow her.
I could, but what if I don't come back for a very long time?
Well, a couple of us have message. We can message you and keep in contact if you want to.
Message is pretty limited.
I mean,
distance-wise.
sending.
Right. Well, I'd rather not just go out on my own. Who knows what trouble you're going to get into while I'm gone?
True.
yeah, I mean, we already had a destination in mind. Maybe just stick to that. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine either way, but
I say we keep moving.
All right.
Moving, Murdoch, Art.
We have bad track records with stopping on roads.
True.
That is very true. That is
Yes.
very, very true. Especially this particular road.
Yes!
Yes.
Let's never stop for anything on the road again. If there is ever if there's ever a barricade, let me know and I will make a wall of force ramp and we'll go right over it.
I think that.
All right. Everybody wants to move on, and you're right, we do have it. I still think we should auto follow, but all right, let's keep going, and I'll move the horses.
okay.
I mean, if it was a
Back to our
goblin
regular
on
pace.
fire, that's a different story, but...
Hey, I didn't even wake you guys up for the goblin on fire.
The first one
I'm
or
sorry,
the
I was
second
mistaken.
one?
It's a little
The
girl
first
on
one.
fire.
Whoa, in that case.
Well, that's just funny.
Murdoch, I light you on fire.
I'm the least flammable of anyone here.
That's true.
Hey, don't make that threat to Artemis.
Bald again.
Yep.
So, eventually, as you continue on your path, rest of your journey continues without an issue. You eventually arrive at the gates to Waterdeep. And you basically get yourself into queue with the carriage to go through and get checked out by the guards as you enter the city.
Murloc, where can I find some armor?
There's all sorts of smithies. Up and around. I would say, just go down. I think it's something like the Dragon's Run or Dragon's Road or
right.
something. It goes right through the trade district.
All right.
If
I'll
they're
probably
if
do
they're
that
near a
then.
main road, they're gonna be good.
So eventually, you guys get to the checkpoint, and they're going through. Basically, Murdoch, you've been through this before. The party has been through this before. And they're going through all the different punishments. They show you the code legal and the different crimes against lords, the city, gods, and citizens. Eventually, basically asking how long you're going to be here, if you need to, for your magic users, if you need to register, all of that
Oh, right.
fun basic
Yeah.
stuff. So how long are you planning on staying within the city?
I would say a couple days. Today and tomorrow?
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 days, just so that we can make sure that if you need to get armor made,
true. We could have to stay longer.
Yeah, I would say that would be the determining thing. But yeah, because I wanna check my alma mater, the Bard College here. Hit up a library maybe.
Do you want to say like 3 to 4 days then, just in case?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely going to be less than a 10-day.
Okay.
So
Might as well say more than less.
Okay.
Yeah, just so we don't get
Do
caught
you think they
short.
give us change if we leave early?
So, again, where you're planning on less than a 10-day, your magic users don't have to register. You all do get warned that anyone who is capable of utilizing magic, if you are going to extend your stay, does need to register.
I'm already registered.
And you are all warned again about violating the code legal, and they proceed to wave you through.
Okay. I would say let's not stay at the inn that we stayed at last time.
I agree.
Yeah.
Pick a new one.
What was the name of the one we stayed at?
Mermaid's Tail we
Oh,
stayed
yeah.
at last time.
Something like that.
Let me see, where is my...
Mm,
I was thinking like silver or something, but I could be wrong.
We stayed at... Bro, there's so many inns. We stayed at the Blue Mermaid, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no, the Blushing Mermaid. Sorry, there's the Blue Mermaid and the Blushing Mermaid. We stayed at the Blushing Mermaid. Quite sure.
So
if
we'll
it
go
was a
to the
mermaid.
blue.
well, maybe ask around and see, like, hey, what's a good place to stay? Ay.
Well, Murdoch would probably know. Because they get there's this man named Volo, and he goes and he tries all the taverns and the inns, and he like gives them like a ranking system of like 1 to 5. So, well, actually, I think he has a rate. He has an interesting rating system. So I mean, if you want to stay at like the Blushing Mermaid was a 4 coin. It was a little 4 out of 5. Out of 5. So I mean, if you're looking for something like equivalent, we could go to like the Copper Cup, which I think you can also smoke at.
As long as it doesn't have fleas or ticks or bugs in the beds, I'm good.
Bath.
Oh yes, you do have to try a bath in your new.
The elf stone is very, very nice. It's airy, it's fancy, it's in the castle ward. It's fancy.
Mm.
I think we should treat ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the gold for it.
I wouldn't be opposed to that for once.
Why not splurge?
There you go.
A little spending as a treat.
Oh, it'll be coin. It'll be coin for sure. It's nice. I like staying at nice places. Tents are okay. They're rustic. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I hate camping. I hate it.
Murdoch, all you have to do is sleep in a tree. It's even better than a tent.
Weren't you the one just
It
saying
rocks
no
you to
fleas?
sleep as it moves in the wind and everything.
Or mountain, nice and dark.
The spine of a dragonborn is an evolutionary travesty. I'm not going to drive that even further down the mountain, so to speak. People still think that we have tails for Bahamut's sake. We don't. We just have very
Well, they
bad
do in
spines.
other realms.
In other realms, and I'm sure they have much less back pain than me, but the gods have deigned I don't need. Well, I mean, I have one, but it's not the same. I totally forgot that I specifically do
Let's
have a
just
tail.
say that. Don't you remember? You have a tail. Don't you have a tail?
Sarah like looks behind Murdoch.
Yeah, just like,
Don't. What are you? Rude, both of you. Keep your heads straight. Don't be
I wasn't
examining
going
my.
to touch it.
I know, but don't examine my posterior.
Is it just for ornament's sake then? If it doesn't help you balance? Ornamentation?
It really does whatever sometimes it knocks things over and it's like I didn't even know I was moving it.
I have
Does
that
it-
problem when
Huh.
I'm a cat sometimes, honestly.
Does it wag when you're happy?
I'm not a dog. No.
Artemis is making a mental note to see if that is the case.
I wear a dress. I have a suit top and a dress bottom, so unless you're lifting my dress,
I'm
you're not gonna do not go underneath there. You'll get kicked like a mule.
Murdoch, I think you're very beautiful and you have great calves.
What are you doing?
Oh my gosh,
Testing the
Oh my
theory.
goodness.
I didn't go that far. Sheesh.
So now that the heritage is over, you guys
Yeah,
are heading to a
Elfstone?
luxury inn, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Show me the Ritz.
Takes you a little bit of time, but with Murdoch's guidance, you eventually arrive. They do have stables, a place for you to board your carriage. They'll take care of the horses. For the majority of you, this is a level of opulence that you have not really seen before. As everything as you walk into this establishment is just pristine. There is no odor from the stables next door, from the horses. You smell fresh incense and fresh flowers. The individual standing behind the desk, very tall, proper, looks to be elven gentleman. Shirt buttoned all the way up, tight collar. Standing perfectly at attention, hands folded very softly right in mid-chest. Long, black, seems like an overcoat on. Just looking at the group of you. Yes, and how may we be of assistance today?
We are looking for some rooms for a couple days.
Oh, yes, and for the 6 of you?
Three
Lydia doesn't know.
rooms.
Yeah, Lydia can like share a room properly with people now.
But for that.
You can have a bath. We don't have to be in the room. We can leave.
Alright. That's acceptable.
It
Three
would be-
rooms.
And do you have any horses or anything that's being cared for at the stables?
2 horses and a carriage.
4 horses.
4 horses and a carriage. Sorry, 2 by 2.
In total, it would be 85 gold per night.
All right.
Wow.
How many nights do we want, guys?
2 or 3?
3
3?
nights, 4 days.
3?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work. All right. Math-wise, I'll go dig
3
out that
nights,
many gold.
55 gold.
Yeah, so I'll dig that out of my bag.
We deserve it.
We do.
Jason looks over and looks at the group of you. And puts the gold away, turns around, and lays out 6 keys in front of you.
Pick up one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'll pick up
I
one.
take a key.
Okay.
Sarah, do you and me together? We can
You both have a
continue
key.
to train.
Oh yes, the train.
Then I guess
Alright.
that would be Murdoch and Art together for their spell working. And
Sure.
Lydia,
Sure.
you get me.
All right. That's fantastic.
So as you all pick up the keys and start heading up, you notice that the keys are all different.
We asked for 3 rooms.
This individual has handed you keys for 6 different rooms.
I'm gonna go and just find the door that my key goes into and just look inside.
So, as
See what's in
you
there.
open the door, immediately you walk into a small antechamber, basically. It's a small little seating area, has a bench, a place to place bags and shoes. Moves on from within there, goes into basically your, we'll call it the living quarters. So there's a small table in the corner with a single chair, a single bed, and another door off to the side.
I'll open up the door, see what the bed looks like.
Well, no, the bed is in that main living room. The bed is literally, 4-post bed, slight canopy, top on it, no side curtains though. And as you open the door to the side, it leads into a private washroom. There is a space for business, and there is a clawfoot tub. The tub itself...
The size of the bed, do I think 2 people could fit on it? Just curiosity.
Maybe 2 of the smaller individuals could. But the average size, so like you, Lydia, Murdoch, probably not. But like Sarah and Art or Sarah and Rose might be able to.
Well, I'll quickly walk back out, find everybody. Well, it's a very nice room, but if we don't want to, for example, leave the wizard alone, it might not work. The beds, they're not for 2 people, really.
Yeah, why did we get 6 different keys? Didn't we ask for 3 rooms? What was the...
I guess he assumed that we wouldn't fit on the beds. 2 people at once.
I figured it was just so... I
figured
it was just so everyone can get into their rooms, so that you don't have to pass a key back.
Yeah.
But they're all different.
Yeah, it's like it's not 2 copies of the same key,
As you're
right?
looking, each one has a room number on it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
So...
Yeah, so it's like...
Are the
this
rooms,
isn't
like,
what we
next to
asked
each other?
For...
It's basically 3 and 3.
I'm fine having my own room. The expense is not really a problem. It's just...
Yeah.
Hang on, Lydia. I think I understand what's going on here. I'm gonna open my door. Is there like a door that like doesn't lead to a bathroom or like a sleeping area and stuff?
No, there is no door between the rooms.
Oh.
It is.
I have no idea what's going on then.
It is literally, this is a private room.
What we need to decide is, do we have a problem with this?
No.
I don't, really.
No.
No, I guess not. I just...
A little more room.
Seems kind of strange. We asked for one thing, and he said okay, and then that's not what they gave us, but
Yeah,
okay.
that was a bit weird, but...
All of you go ahead and make, I'll say either a intelligence or what's intuition based on? That's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Or a wisdom, or no, we'll call it either an intelligence check or an intuition check.
Insight?
Insight, yeah. Intuition,
Okay.
Jesus, I'm awake.
Oh, wait, I did saving throw.
Let's see. If it was insight... Okay.
14.
Ooh! Derby 20.
12!
22.
Boy. 2. I had a lot of good rolls today, that's it.
Rose, they just did not care what you had to say.
Damn them.
Art, what'd you roll?
I got an 11.
Oh, okay. Well, for the rest of you, anyone over a 10. Again, Rose apparently just wasn't really paying attention. Just Anyone over a 10, though, would sort of get the feeling is the individual listened that you basically saw that there were 6 of you. And given that this is a luxury establishment and none of you were sort of hanging over each other, married couple, arms around, made the assumption that, oh, you're coming to my very fine establishment. You're obviously looking to pamper yourselves. You have 6 rooms.
All right.
So they're just like, you can afford it.
You can, yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want, I can be like one of the rooms in the middle of the 3, so if something does happen, there's more of a chance of people hearing it. I don't...
Sounds good.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll work with it.
Sounds good.
Lydia, you have your own bathroom in your own room.
I am thrilled, and I think I can fit in it this time. Which is good and bad. But still, be nice to get. Yeah.
Despite your, unhappiness, how is it feeling? Like, are you getting used to the perspective change, balancing?
Balance is okay. I'm okay with the, maybe let's call it the physical aspects, but I'm just getting used to, the height difference and the little things. The little things.
I am, for what it's worth, still sorry that this is unfortunately the best that we could do in this situation, but we'll work on it.
You did something. That's what counts.
Have you noticed your own tail yet?
I have a tail?
I mean...
Yes? You've seen rabbits before, right?
A little. I mean, little.
I'll hike my skirt up a little. Is it there?
Yeah, not in the hallway.
Lydia!
Okay, I just need to know.
Not here!
I just need to know.
What is with people? What is with people going up
Take
dresses
Lydia
today?
over to my room, and because I have the key for it.
Okay.
Come inspect over here, not in the hallway.
Yeah.
Maybe when you're
Need
having like
full-size
a
mirrors at the house.
check things out. All right, I'm going to go check out my own room and lack of tail. I'm gonna take a bath.
So, easy enough as everyone starts to head into their rooms. And as each of you head off into your rooms, Sarah, you get a strange sensation. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh God.
22.
I gotta check and see what their spell save DC is. I think that's gonna do it though. Okay, so yes, that is actually enough. So you get the sensation that something is trying to observe you, and then it just fades away.
Leave us alone!
Hello?
You don't hear anything.
I poke my head out the door. Artemis? Do you need something? Were you
what's it called? Sprying on me?
I don't think it is spring.
Okay, good night.
It's funnier just hearing Artemis in the background of Sigma's microphone.
That was intentional.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, as you call that out and everyone sort of settles in to take their baths and rest and whatever they're doing in their private luxury 10 gold per night
Ugh.
hotel rooms. That's what we'll call it into tonight's session. Thank you very much for those who tuned in with us. I know I think Pyrite was in here. I saw Mystic Water, Lala Big Mac. Truth Eternal jumped in with his first time chat today, with their first time chat. So thank you to everybody. We will be back next week as our party is preparing to... Well, they've got a couple of stops they got to make in Waterdeep. And then they're preparing to hitch a ride east to Evermore, and then further east towards the mountains and towards the city of Ascor. So don't forget, folks, when things are going difficult and you're traveling back to a city where one of you technically is still wanted for crimes that she may or may not have committed within the city, don't forget your proficiency bonus. See you next time, folks.
I thought we cleared it up.
Right.
Wait.